Ben thought, "This is the start of my life. Claire, welcome to my adventure." But Yin Yan's mysterious tattoo was like a thorny rose, sending shivers down his spine. Just as Yin Yan turned to leave, Ben lunged forward and said, "Hey, it's psychological test time. Can't let Claire in on us." Yin Yan angrily thought, "Ben, are you really flirting with a potential witness who could send us to the fast lane?" Ben confidently said, "Don't worry, I know my limits, like seasoning." Yin Yan sighed and suppressed his anger, knowing big plans were ahead. Next morning, they not only scrubbed off all the crumbs but also wiped their fingerprints off the weapons clean, with their eyes set on hijacking an armored truck. As the target popped up, they swiftly donned their masks, superhero style, and dashed toward the parked armored truck, smashing open the front compartment to start their money heist. Just as they were stuffing money into their bags, Yin Yan suddenly noticed the driver was missing, and he thought, did the driver go out for breakfast? So they made a swift exit, bolting away hastily and panic-stricken like a runaway carriage that was speeding out of control. The patrolling cars quickly zeroed in. The hefty driver floored the gas like a racing game character. The car drifted into a narrow alley, quickly taking sharp turns, racing through the 5-meter wide lane, surrounded by incoming patrol cars. In the end, cop cars cornered the fugitives at the intersection, truly heart-stopping. With no way out, the three immediately fought back against the police, suppressing the first responders like superheroes. Time to break out. Reinforcements chased, but their hefty driver sharply turned into a side street. Perfect escape. Tiz's getaway car arrived just in time, and the trio quickly jumped out, with Yin Yan providing cover fire for everyone. Meanwhile, Ben poured all the gasoline he had prepared into the car, thinking his invention was a bit genius-like. Then he tossed a lighter, and a fireball exploded, giving them the chance to swap cars and speed away. Finally, they escaped the main city just before the roadblocks arrived, leaving like something out of a movie. In the suburbs, as they set out the hair collected from the barber shop and grabbed the dirty cash for their getaway, they noticed the police car across the street suddenly seemed possessed. After a few seconds of staring, the officer, who wanted to avoid the spotlight, slowly turned away, giving the four a perfect chance to swap vehicles and complete the heist again. Like before, the FBI still found no evidence, forcing a tactics change. They rounded up Ben's crew and brought them back to the station, hoping to break them one by one during interrogation, but the four were already familiar with this playbook. Faced with police threats, they remained calm and collected, knowing full well the police didn't have any evidence the moment arrived they'd walk out free. The FBI quickly switched their investigation strategy, with Agent Doug shifting focus to Claire, hoping to find leads from her recollections. Upon making the call, they discovered that Claire had already left the bank, leading them to suspect she might have been released by the friendly robbers. Once he learned Claire had resigned, Ben contemplated retiring for good, but when he told Yan Yan, his longtime buddy exploded in fury. He threw a punch at Ben, unable to believe that 30 years of friendship could be overshadowed by a woman he had known for only a month. The tension thickened, as neither wanted to part ways easily, knowing leaving town required more than just a thought. They'd need to consult the flower shop boss first. Turns out, flower shop owner Boss Fu was the mastermind, supplying info and gear for the heist. Every time they stole cash, he took a hefty cut, and they would need his blessing to make a getaway. So Ben went to Boss Fu with cash in hand, hoping to fly away with Claire, but Boss Fu clearly had different plans for Ben. Seeing Ben's determination, Boss Fu threatened him with Claire's safety, leaving Ben furious but helpless. Back at Claire's place, he found her curled up in a corner of the bathroom, her face full of terror. Turns out, just minutes earlier, Agent Doug had confronted Claire and revealed the truth about Ben's crew. Claire thought Ben was keeping tabs on her, and in a state of panic, she kicked him out. As he left, he noticed wreaths hanging on the door, and folks around seemed to have their eyes glued to him. Furious, Ben tossed the wreath aside, but for Claire's safety, he had to head back to Boss Fu's shop, ready for the next job, targeting the city center stadium. Like giving gifts to the god of wealth. Each rugby match earns big money, stored in the stadium vault for 15 minutes only. All they had to do was clear out the cash before it was transported, but what they didn't know was the FBI had already been monitoring them, gearing up for a game of cat and mouse. Chris had successfully bribed his way into driving an armored car, but when Doug intercepted him, they walked right into a trap. Suddenly realizing things had taken a turn for the worse, Ben and Yin Yang quickly donned police uniforms, ready for a ghostly invasion. Are you 911? No, we're the ones coming from 911, and it certainly feels newsworthy. The guard at the vault looked utterly before they could explain. Ben and Yin Yang pulled out their guns, leaving shields and laws far behind. They loudly demanded everyone to hand over their ID and get on the ground, their commanding presence leaving everyone bewildered. Under threat, the guard opened the door with cash pouring in like mountains. Next, the duo loaded 2 big bags of cash and wobbled away. They returned to the garage, loading the stolen cash onto the waiting ambulance. Everything was in place. But as they swapped outfits, Ben suddenly sensed the eerie parking lot silence and, anxious, hurried to the window. To his dismay, he saw a large squad of SWAT officers surrounding the scene. Oh no, looks like this script is about to go off the rails. If you enjoyed this story, remember to like and subscribe. There's more exciting content waiting for you.